blowing. You are feeling the air. From air, fire got created. In fire or Agni, the attribute of form manifested. You are able to see fire, you cannot see air. From fire, water was created. In water, the attribute of taste got added. There is no taste to fire. Water can be tasted. Sri Krishna says, Rasoham apsukantaya. Arjun, I am the taste in the water. He says, God is saying, I am the taste in the water. From water, the earth was created, and that developed the attribute of smell that did not exist in water. And from the earth, all these living entities started getting created, and the whole world was made. So imagine, where did this world begin from? Space which had no attributes. So that space without any attributes got converted into this world of innumerable myriad forms, varieties, qualities, activities. It all started from the formless space. How did this come about? The all-powerful God was able to do it. That is exactly what I wish to say. If God has this power that He can convert the formless space into this amazing world, can He not take on a form for Himself? So the Vedas tell us that God is both. Dve vidye, dve vava brahmano rupe, murtan chaiva murtan cha. If He wishes, He can be all-pervading and formless. If He wishes, He can take on a form. Now the question before us is how to love God. The scriptures tell us you must love Him. However, when we go to love Him, the question will come, how to do it? We have not seen Him. He is so vast, so huge. In front of Him we are tiny and puny. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun had asked Sri Krishna. He said, I wish to see the universal form. Sri Krishna said, are you sure? Arjun said, yes, my Lord. Sri Krishna gave that divine vision, and Arjun suddenly saw in front of him innumerable hands, innumerable feet, innumerable arms, innumerable legs. Arjun started trembling. That warrior Arjun could not tolerate the vision of the universal form. Danshtra karala nichate mukhani drishtvayiva kala nalasannibhani disho n jane nalabhe cha sharma prasid devesha jagannivasa. He said, my Lord, I do not wish to see God. Why? He got scared. You see, God is He who possesses 6 opulences to the unlimited extent. Unlimited fame, unlimited knowledge, unlimited wealth or opulence, infinite beauty, infinite detachment. Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya yashasa shriyah jnana vairagyayoshchaiva shannam bhaga iti rana. That personality who possesses these opulences to the infinite extent is God. Now if you think of His opulences, you will get scared. Where is he and where am I? Even in the world, if you wish to establish friendship, you first consider the level of the other person. That fellow is the Supreme Court Justice and I am an ordinary clerk. Let me remain in my level. Where am I going, hopeful of making friends with him? Even in the world, you wish to remain in your level. Then look at the level of God and look at our tiny level. How do we establish that relationship with him? It's difficult even to meet a big man in the world. Try and meet the President of America. It's not easy. Send in your application, it will be scrutinized. If it is found suitable, you will be given an appointment after so many weeks. Once, one villager in India, he told me, Swamiji, the Prime Minister is my friend. I said, how come? He is in his 70s and you are in your 30s, you did not go to school together. And he is from Punjab, you are from Bengal, where did you establish the friendship? He said, when his aeroplane was going over my village, I also did Tata to him. See, it is so difficult to even meet a big person. What to establish our relationship with him? So how then will we develop love for God? The scriptures say, love God. When we try doing it, this question will come, that he is so far we can't see his hands and feet. He is so immense. The thought of his magnitude will scare us. The answer to this question is very simple. When you decide to love God, you do not consider his almightiness. You remove that fear element and just think, he is mine. Even in the world where there is love, fear disappears. A wife, her husband may be the governor of the state of Connecticut. The wife doesn't think he's governor, he's governor. She only thinks, he's my husband. And if she keeps this thought in the mind, he's a governor, every time he comes by, she'll stand at attention and give him a salute. So love is only possible because she thinks he is my husband. A mother, her son is the chief of the police force, Inspector General of Police. But as far as the mother is concerned, she looks on him as her child, my Munna. And she interacts with him in the same way. With great privilege, with great considering it her right, she instructs him. Munna, when you come from office, get some mangoes. The Indian mangoes have arrived. Now that Inspector General of Police, he comes with the mangoes. She looks, what kind of mangoes have you brought? You are not able to recognize mangoes. Who's made you Chief of Police Staff? As far as she is concerned, he is only her Munna, her child. That is why she is able to love him. And if she kept this thought of his official designation, he is the chief, and lakhs, thousands of people, they are obeying his instructions, then each time he came close by, she would have started shivering. So even in worldly love, there is no fear. Similarly, if we wish to love God, we have to do it without fear. That fear element has to be cut and thrown away. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Apna ke bodman amar somheen. Establish this loving relationship with Him. Swami Vivekananda had said, devotion motivated by fear is the lowest kind of devotion. If this fear is there, you need to worship Him, otherwise this will happen, and if you do, then you will get this. That is not true love. You can establish different kinds of relationships with God. Consider a worldly example. There used to be the king of a country. Now, everybody related to that king differently. The subjects, citizens of that country looked on him as their king. They had this relationship. Someday, the king will come, we will see him from far and say, there goes the king. They had a distant relationship with him. The same king had his personal retinue of servants who knew him more closely. They would sweep and clean his palace. They would obey his personal instructions. He would say, Ramu, there is dirt collected in the garden. Yes, Your Majesty, it will be cleaned by the evening. Now the servant had a closer relationship with the king. And the same king had his personal friends who knew him even more closely. They would call him by his first name because they had played together as children in school. And with that privilege, they would say, you must come to my house today for a tea party. It's my son's birthday. And the king would have to oblige. The king was the same. But the loving relationship had become closer. The same king had his own children who knew him even more intimately. They used to play in their father's lap, hold his mustaches, make him a horse and sit on him. And the same king had his queen who knew him most intimately. And she would not call him king, she would call him Priyatam or darling. The king was the same, but everybody had established different relationships with him. Similarly, God is one. There are no two gods. You may call him by any name, you may worship him in any form. Because, like I said, who is God? He who has created this world. The Creator is one. So there is one God whom all the great religions of the world are worshipping. But you can establish different relations with him. So the Vedas have given his different forms. These are not different gods. They are different manifestations of the one God. In one form, as Brahma, he is creating the world. In the other, as Vishnu, he is maintaining it, administering it. In the third, as Shiv, he is engaging in the process of dissolution. In one, he is a king.